Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to farm Mega Shards in Pokemon Legends ZA. Now Mega Shards are really important because we got to get 69 different Mega Stones as well as some very important items. You can exchange these for Experience Candy Small, which is actually one of the best ways to level up your Pokemon in the early to mid game. And this is again how you get all the different Mega Stones, but after you beat the game you can get more types of Experience Candy, but also these which will train your Pokemon. So if you want to train your Pokemon's EVs for competitive, these are the items that'll do that. And again, if you don't know, that's at Questartigo Inc. here at the top left-hand section of the map. I would also recommend before you start to come on over to this section of the map here to Racine Construction, as there are some items that make it easier. You want to buy the Pink Canary plush here, as it's going to increase the amount of Mega Shards that we get by a lot. And one of the best early to kind of mid-game ways to do it, and you can't do it after you beat the game, unfortunately, is in just the middle of the city here. You can just run around here. Every 5 minutes, these will refresh, and there's a bunch of them there. But I don't think this is the best option. And when we do this, we want to have quick moves like Aqua Jet if you chose Totodile. Things like Bullet Punch and Lucario work well, too. The skills like Surf can actually hit in a large area of effect, which are also quite nice to have. And I also appreciate having things like the Dazzling Gleam, which hits in a large area of effect, or also the Earthquake if you have those. And funny enough, one of the first places we want to farm from is actually Hotel Z. So at the very start of the game, you're going to come on over to this ladder here. You're going to go up this ladder right beside the door. And once you get up top here, there's going to be a lot of them as we continue around. So you can see they're like just on the walls along here. Now this isn't the best one. It's just one of the earliest that we can get to. Again, it's best if you got moves that can hit from range or large area of effects, or also the fast moves like Bullet Punch here. Is going to run around. You just go all the way around here. There's quite a few. This will give you a couple hundred here really quickly. And the more upgrades, obviously, you have the better. But you can see there's quite a few here. And you can sometimes get really lucky with things like Bullet Punch hitting in a huge area of effect there. Yeah, you want to try and line these up so that you hit as many as possible. Like here, I aim for the middle one, which is able to hit those 3 there. So that's kind of a quick way of doing that. Now, our next location will be Wild Zone 9. And here, if you want to find a Mawile, which you might be able to get, they're hard to catch, we're just going to come into here. And all we're going to do is just going to run in straight through over here. And there's a way to climb up all of these here to get to the rooftops, which is where we're going to want to go to. And it's actually the middle ladder that we want to take up here. So you may see a bunch of different items here. This will take us up to the rooftop where you may experience one of these Mawile here. And once we're up here and clean up the Mawile, they're just going to run over here. There's an item, and then you have a bunch of Carbink over here. And then there's going to be a ton of Mega Stones, so you can just go away. And they're the bigger ones that are going to give you more items. So there are more Mega Shards there. So these are worth doing quickly because you're going to get quite a few of these. And there's also going to be some Alpha Pokemon, but Carbink, for the most part, are kind of peaceful, so this is nice. You can just come up here, break these down. These will take about 5 minutes to respawn, but I'd recommend coming in here, going through, and clearing this out, as this is actually a pretty decent location for XP if you're in the early to mid game. And then you can see just straight across there, there's even more. Now, be mindful, there may be an Alpha Carbink here, and they won't be too kind to you, but this is exactly what I meant about using things like Earthquake for the large area of effect attacks, because they can hit multiple at a time, and that's pretty effective here. So you can see exactly where I am. Any of these ladders will take you up to an area where there's going to be Mega Stones. So this is a really good one to the early mid game, just due to the large proximity of them in a close area of effect that you can hit with things like Earthquake right there, and then also take out a few extra Pokemon. There's multiple alphas here too, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, another area is right outside of Questartigo Inc. Here, we're actually just going to run straight over across the street. You're going to see these peeking out here. Now, the great thing about this is there's a ton of them up on the wall. So you can see there's actually like a massive amount of the crystals here. Again, some moves that have a huge area of effect, like Earthquake, can be pretty useful here, or things like your Aqua Punch and Bullet Punch, the fast attacking ones. So yeah, a lot of them just on this wall here. This is a pretty quick and easy one to do. Just run through, use your large attacks, and I actually prefer using something like Surf here, as I find that the area of effect from Surf is really nice. I guess you have to line it up. Sometimes it's a little bit easier said than done, but ranged attacks will work too. And one of the absolute best farms in the game is actually right over here. Again, very close to this area here. We're actually going to come up to the Wild Zone 18 here. And right here, there's going to be a bunch of scaffolding that you can climb. And then once you get up to the top of this building here, you can enter there. But we're going to want to come up here because, again, there's a ton of crystals here. And there's actually a really nice path here. This is a pretty easy one to do. You can just run through, go around with your Surf there and be able to hit all these. But you're going to want to run around, basically just following along with these. So you can see them here. You're going to drop down here. There'll be some more around this section here. This is actually like a gold mine for just a bunch of them in a bunch of different places. So yeah, you can also pick up any of the items that you may find here. And then there's other things, again, like other items in the area that you can go for. But this is just kind of one that you're going to run around and look for where to go based on where you see the different the crystals at. So again, more over there. And also check on the walls there. This may be one that you'd want to do during the day, as there's going to be a bunch of ghastly up on the roof that may get a little bit in our way here, but you can see there's just so many of them in different areas that are pretty quick and easy to get to, so pretty easy to farm. After we clean out this area here, we can just run across here, so you can just go across with the Rotom Glide. Thankfully, you can climb back up this building here, so if you end up falling off, there is a ladder right there. So yeah, when you do this, don't roll, just run straight across and use your Rotom Glide, and then you'll make it across over here, and then when we're up here, there's going to be more. Just literally hiding around every single corner, so there's some there's some more down there. You're just going to basically fall around looking for all the different ones, using your ranged abilities if you can to hit some of the ones that are a little bit more challenging to hit. And also things like, again, Earthquake's probably my favorite move for doing these, because a little bit harder with Surf sometimes not being the most reliable, but aim for the one in the middle and then you'll be able to hit all of them just like that. Then after that, you're going to see a few more over here, so we can just go around cleaning them up and just literally running around to every single section that has these the crystals here. So it's literally just a kind of Grand Prix of running around, grabbing them. You can either attack or avoid the other enemies that are in the area, but you can see here there's actually quite a few on this one here, so it's worth doing. There's also that little way to get back down or up if you need it there. And then you can just jump your way across here. There'll be some more over here and up on the roofs across there, and then right down here. So yeah, that's probably the quickest route to give yourself a few hundred in just a quick like run from 18 down around to here. Again, there's actually quite a few right around this area. I think they did the farming really well. Yeah, there was 281 in just a few minutes there. So very quick. This will allow you to max out, get as many of these power items you want to EV train your Pokemon. This is also extremely good for leveling up your Pokemon. And again, the early game best way to do this is to run around the main center of the map here. So yeah, later on in the game, once you get up here, this is a great one, but this is good too. So all those are going to help out with getting your Mega Crystals up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. Hope you have a great day, and we'll catch you in the next video.